The Witcher was a show that started out with some massive potential and absolutely wasted it. Casting Henry Cavill was a fantastic choice. He's well liked by fans, and he actually cares about respecting the source material. Then the inevitable happened, and all these agendas came in to ruin our fun. A bunch of vapid chicks got pushed to the front, and Geralt was only good for a solid 2 or 3 fights per season before he got gravely injured or sidelined. Unlike most actors who would start praising that nonsense, Henry Cavill took a hard look at his future on this show and jumped ship.
I'm done. I'm done.
He could have easily stuck around, collected his paycheck, and spouted the DEI-friendly language Netflix likes, but as a real fan who genuinely cares about the source material, he obviously couldn't put up with this crap anymore. Side characters were turned into main characters, all because the show needed more girl boss queens. Let's break this down for a minute. Guys showed up to see a badass guy cut down people with a sword, and if women showed up, they did it to see a handsome jacked guy. Who exactly showed up for the strong female characters? The answer is the same as it always is, absolutely nobody. Twitter might make you think people care about this stuff, but those are fans who would rather dump out 10 tweets per minute than watch a full episode of a show. When you come into a franchise with a built-in audience, hoping that means you have guaranteed money, you probably should create content that audience wants to see. It doesn't matter if there's a pre-existing audience if all you do is create a show that spits in the face of everything they like. Some of these weirdos genuinely can't stand that normal men enjoy these franchises that have insulting themes like strong men and attractive women who may need help sometimes, so they make it their life's work to tear it all down, only to replace it with crap nobody enjoys.
Whole bunch of functional idiots.
But wait, throw all that to the side because Liam Hemsworth is here to save The Witcher. Now, does this look like a Dollar Tree Henry Cavill? Yes. Does this look so bad that I honestly thought it was Henry's stunt double? Yes. Should we as the fans forget everything bad The Witcher TV show did to the lore and Henry Cavill and give them a second chance for the millionth time? Absolutely 110% no. Not a fucking chance. Whoever thought this would be a good replacement needs to be fired and banned from ever being involved in any kind of decision making in Hollywood. Let me get something out of the way here. There are levels when it comes to physical size. Liam Hemsworth is no slouch, the guy is in great shape, but Henry Cavill, he is not. That man is in another league when it comes to physical appearance. And based on these pictures, I can tell you where Liam Hemsworth was on leg day, and it wasn't the gym. Just looking at the way he fits into these outfits versus how Henry did genuinely makes me sad. The only way they could explain this is by saying some witch cast a spell that sucked out Geralt's muscles and cut him down to about half his usual size.
Well, that sucks!
These last few weeks have probably given Henry Cavill a lot to laugh about. First we got knockoff Superman and now this. Both are situations where they tried to replace him and failed miserably. These guys are supposed to be younger than Henry, and yet he's still in better shape than both of them. With Superman, you can maybe chalk it up to terrible costume design and angles, like I discussed in my video on that god-awful picture, but in the case of The Witcher, everything else is the same. It's the same outfits and hair, just being worn by an actor who looks like Henry Cavill before you add water.
Well, that sounds terrible.
It is terrible.
The bottom line here is that The Witcher viewership went down because people got bored of them shitting all over Geralt, who is supposed to be the main character. Any good scenes we got were courtesy of Henry campaigning for it and trying to keep them accurate to the source material. The same source material that built this fan base to begin with. They got tired of him complaining about petty things like, oh, I don't know, the main character not having any lines, or them trying to force sex scenes into the show, and labeled him a toxic gamer who hates women after he already left this dumpster fire. All this hatred from Hollywood weirdos boils down to him having the audacity to say things like this.
Especially if you make a superhero movie, like you have great intentions, but there are always going to be a small yet vocal group of people there can kind of just be toxic.
Hey, jump off a boat and let the boat leave. Starve in the ocean or get eaten by sharks.
I understand what you're saying, but when it comes to fans, it is a fan's right to have whatever opinion they want to have.
Yes, dude! Fuck yes, dude!
And people are going to be upset because, especially when you're talking about books or games, because you're never going to be the exact person who they had in their head.
What is so hard to understand about that?
Or who they played on Witcher 3, for example. I don't necessarily consider that toxic. I just consider that passionate.
They brought in his more compliant replacement to finish off what's left of this garbage show, which by the way got cut short of its 7-season plan and had its spin-offs cancelled. Really shows you the confidence they have in the future of this show to cut out 2 entire seasons and end it early. And here we are seeing knockoff Henry Cavill film scenes for a show nobody cares about or wants anymore. So no, Freya Allen, I won't be giving this show another chance, because once someone shows you who they are and what they're capable of, you should really just believe them.